5, it's offer review, and we are in the second round of Cosmic Crucible this week, and there is a Cosmic Crucible event currently running that didn't start yesterday that is starting today. So there's been a lot of questions about why is the Cosmic Crucible Alliance event releasing tomorrow, which is now, when the first trial is today. There was a post from Archangel saying normally Cosmic Crucible events are scheduled for 3 rounds. Because of the holiday, this one was only scheduled to run for the last 2 rounds. The event has been tuned for 2 rounds. The cap were set slightly higher to allow use of the other Sinister Six team if a player so chooses to use them. So I guess the main thing is using Sinister Six on offense is the way that this works. And then also the orb fragments in the donation crate. So this was an issue last week for 6 days in a 6-day event. The timing of the donation boxes working on reset at midnight makes the timing wonky, with events rotating at 1 o'clock Scopely time, which is Pacific time. I'm sharing feedback with the team about this topic and seeing is there something that could be done to make it feel better in future versions. So and then this is the first I'm hearing about the Goblin counter I would investigate. I believe all these issues I put into a video the other day, and so he's finally answering them. This issue right here was last week. The event started. You could get the orb fragments like a day early, and then they weren't available on the last day. Check one of my other videos from the other day if you want a better explanation for that. But this is kind of terrible, kind of garbage, and then freezing. Freeze. That's all I get, all the time. Constantly new event up. Freeze 5 times. I mean, pretty much every match. Why can't they fix it? I can't cope with it anymore. And there was an update yesterday. Some people, the freezes got fixed. Some people had stayed the same. And some people had introduced new freezes. And the stream for me crashed. The game cashed me 4 times yesterday on stream. 3 times in raids. 1 time in arena battle. And so currently today, I'm using my iPhone, so it's a little better with my iPhone. I haven't had any crashes, but some people are getting crashes on iPhone and iOS. I have no idea. I have no idea why it crashes for some people and not for others. The one thing I did, though, is I did update my LD player, but I didn't test it. I don't want it to crash in a competitive game mode like Alliance War or Cosmic Crucible. It's just extremely unfun. Maybe that'll fix the problem. I'm not sure. Feels bad. It feels really bad. Next, we've got preview blog coming soon. Your questions will be answered there soon, TM. And then also, last question, 2.3 update coming soon. Tired of these easy raids? Wow. There's no ETA in 2.3. So right now, a lot of alliances are pushing the limits. Not a lot of alliances, but some alliances pushing the limits on 2.2. 2.3 I'm expecting to be a nightmare. And then also the replay. I follow up on this the team this week. Definite time for an update. And I just got to say, I thought this was going to be updated today. And maybe it will be fixed today. They're talking about on offense, your alliance mates replays in Alliance War. Also, drag and drop has been restored. One of my favorite plug and play. If they can just get the ISO selection, so that you can tap on the screen and it just toggles the ISO, that would just make things a million times easier. Also, Craven, this is his safety ISO 8 counterattack assist, which is attack primary target for piercing. Apply offense up to a non-summoned Sinister Six ally with the highest damage that doesn't have offense up. Also worth noting that Spider Slayer, that's the ISO attack for him, also has very high damage when maxed out. And I think people with maxing out yellow stars and things like that are probably going to be going Striker. And, maybe there'll be an assist from the Shocker, which is summoned from Doc Ock. I'm kind of not sure if I want to do Raider or Striker. I did try Raider a little bit yesterday, and then I pivoted to Striker earlier today. So I feel like most people are doing Striker on Spider Slayer, but we will see later. Also, I just wanted to point out, I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but Mysterio, the text box for his special was updated to work the way that it was working in game, the intended way, and the way that the text box was worded from before. This particular line right here, if this character has 2 or more superior 6 allies, apply blind to all enemies instead, was supposed to be a war only feature of his special. So this makes Mysterio quite good. And then also I wanted to talk about Green Goblin's awakened abilities. And yesterday I didn't reference this, so some of the information in my video from yesterday. In the coming weeks, the first round of opportunities will get awakened ability materials for Green Goblin Classic for money. Each of the 3 awakened ability materials will premiere in different locations. Unlock Green Goblin Classic basic and passive awakened abilities. Basic is $50, 50 US dollars, and the passive is $100 US dollars. And this is paired with Spider Slayer offers. So right there is $99. Here right there is the $50 for the basic. I would say rather than buying this one here behind me, get the one that does the basic. So basically, going forward, you know, they can upsell us on the legendary characters, which for a lot of people is, you know, no cost other than getting the teams ready and all that stuff and the prep work, but no direct cost for a legendary character. Now this is like, hey, buy this for $50 and buy this for $100. And I tricked myself into buying this right here, you know, so that I could the passive awakened ability materials. And then lastly, before we get into what those abilities are, the ultimate awakened ability showcase finale event is your first opportunity to complete the full set of awakened abilities. In the showcase finale event, completing the nodes will require a minimum of 5 yellow stars per character. So basically, if you 5 yellow and you just wail on all of the superior 6, then you can get Green Goblin's ultimate awakened ability. And that one is a little more interesting than the passive. Not the passive, but the basic. Basic doesn't seem that great. On Crucible offense, gain 10% crit chance for each Spider-Verse character that is present. Okay. Then right here, the one that I purchased, that first one was basically $50, you know, bundled with a Spider Slayer offer. And then this one right here was $100, bundled with a Spider Slayer offer. In Crucible offense, apply defense up for 2 turns to self and all superior 6 allies. Okay. And then right here, this is the one where if you get all of them to 5 yellow. In Crucible offense, gain +2 charge up to a maximum of 5. And the charge mechanic is pretty cool because that retaliation, while this character is charged, lower damage by 15% for all enemies, lower resistance by 200% for all enemies. Apply ability block and vulnerable cannot be applied to self or Sinister Six allies. So the charge mechanic, and then at the end of enemy turn, if this character has charge, he does that splash damage on the attacking enemy characters, which is kind of nice. I do like that a lot, actually, because it flips everything. It's super awesome, actually, right? I just want to read that. Attack that enemy. So when someone attacks and adjacent targets for damage, apply defense down and flip speed up and flip 2 additional positive effects and negative effects for those targets. It's amazing. And then lose 1 charge. So you're going to get more charges on Crucible offense, you know, if you're willing to wail, you know, and participate in the showcase finale. Ugh. I don't know how I feel about that. It is what it is. All right. I brought this up yesterday, but, you know, a lot of people are considering not getting Spider Slayer. Do what you got to do. I don't really know. I feel like they've made it. They've incentivized. That's the right word. They've incentivized players to get every character. And, you know, I don't have a suggestion on whether or not Spider Slayer is optional or not. But Steven pointed out that this is the policy going forward for characters like Spider Slayer, saying that should be able to get him to 7 yellow within 6 months through normal daily play. And then they mentioned that there was but their players can earn 7 yellow stars entirely for free by playing the game. Cool. What a glow the Sinister Six had. Yes, not going to read all this, but I want to read the first pack. I was playing the Black Cat Trials, and it occurred to me about halfway through that I hadn't even used my nowhere. Goblin and friends had been blasting through the nodes, no problem. Yes, that was my experience also. Like, this is all how rework should be. I didn't even use Craven, solo power. So this was all Goblin, Auk, and the OG Sinister Six. And then they go on to talk about how amazing Vulture is. Yes! I ended up taking Vulture to gear tier 18. He was amazing for me this earlier today inside of Cosmic Crucible. He's amazing in War, and he's insanely useful in Dark Dimension 6. And so I've been converted over to a Vulture fan, and I did end up taking him to gear tier 18, and I've been using him on my second run to get a big boy Super Scroll. Amazing. Also, Black Cat event is running in 100,000 to earn rank rewards. So going forward, I feel like the first runs of the new characters, like the one for Green Goblin, it's going to have 400,000 points. So don't get used to it. Just wanted to point out that it is in fact 100,000 points on this event. This screenshot's here just to, as a friendly reminder, just spend your incursion energy, farm your zombie Iron Man or whatever you're farming in there. Baka provided a spreadsheet analysis. I gotta say, thank you so much for Baka. And he's comparing the valuation of the strike passes as they go from here to here to here and the changes. And the biggest winner is going to be the teal basic catalyst, which I just need thousands of them. There's an offer today, which I ended up buying, which has teal basic catalyst and training materials, which seems to be the two of the biggest bottlenecks that I'm personally experiencing. So I did buy the strike pass. I've been buying the strike passes lately, and I was not buying them before, but they have incentivized. It's been quite a bit better than it was before. The main problem I have with the strike passes and the battle passes is that there's one a week, so it's a total of $80 a month. So $20 every week, you know, if you want to do the paid track of the strike pass and the battle pass. And then also there's a data mine, and I think Tana also published this data mine. This data mine came from Quick Draw. I'm not familiar, but this was a screenshot sent to me by Rastlin, who got it from Exodus. That's how I got the screenshot. It's talking about a mega gold orb, and it looks like there's going to be a new type of orb, like a gold orb 2.0. And it mentions like a guaranteed 1 million minimum, and then a chance at 100 million gold. Enough gold to level up an entire team from level 1 to 95. Okay. We got to see what this is. I'm not really sure, but it looks like we're going to be getting some sort of mega gold orb. I think that's fantastic. Can we please exchange silver credits to dark promo credits? I don't know about you, but my silver promotion credits is growing and growing and growing, and you know, I have like probably 8,000 now, and my fear is that silver promotion credits will be ignored until it gets into a position where players, and some players will have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, maybe even tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of them. This happened with purple T3 ability materials. Those used to be pretty scarce. And then now I looked at my inventory today. I had 300,000 of them. And I was like, man, why can't we convert those to T4s? Well, now that I have hundreds of thousands, they're not going to do anything. So I hope that if they're going to do something, they do it, you know, the time to do it is now, because I know that once players have accumulated large numbers, they're going to be unwilling to provide any conversion at all. I don't think they're going to do anything, but when it was hopeful, so I decided to put it in the video. All right, so we've got some offers. I'm going to switch to the other side of the screen. $20, and there you got 2,000 training materials. So there's another training material offer, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. But this has got 2,000 for $20, and then there's some gold orbs right here. 2,200 health catalysts, and it feels like there's all these bottlenecks in the game, right? Health catalyst, focus catalyst, and then also the teal basic catalyst, the TBCs, or the augmented basic catalyst, I guess is what they're called. Anyways, I did buy one of these right here just to get the 2,200 of these. I feel like I have a shortfall, and then it's going to go to Origin. It feels like it never ends. I feel like they know what they're doing over there. Oh my God. I have an abundance of blue ISO 5. I know, boohoo, poor boomer. And I have zero next to no blue ISO 4s. I bought this. I bought it at least once. And then I also got 1,000 ISO raid energy, which is fine. I want to point out that these orbs are super random, and yes, you can get good things out of them, but so I bought this for $5, and then I went and opened these 10 orbs, and look what I got. I mean, I know that there's a chance of pulling, like, wasn't there like a 5 million drop or a million drop? But yeah, those orbs were always kind of bad. They're kind of bad. All right, and then this right here is $100. I didn't buy this. I know some people were buying it. I did the math on this, and this is over 30 million gold. Like, the math I did said like 32 million gold. Plus, there's just a bunch of everything. And Scopely's giving you the privilege and opportunity of buying it twice. Well harder, commanders. Well harder, you peasants. And then, yeah, I bought this. I'm going to probably buy this 3 times. So, there was another offer earlier that we were talking about that had 2,000 of what are those? The level 4 training materials for $20, but it had some gold orbs. Well, right here, you've got something that I need a lot, which is the augmented basic catalyst, which we can't call them ABCs because there's already advanced basic catalysts, which are the purple ones. So we call them TBCs, but I guess there are ABCs, but whatever. I think I need these. Anyways, this is a better deal, and I probably end up buying it all 3 times because it has the 2 things I need the most right now, which is the catalyst and the training materials. It's like they know what I don't have in my account. And lastly, don't forget to claim the event item with arena credits. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Is the game crashing for you? You having fun? I tell you this, I have a lot more fun when the game doesn't crash. Bye for now.